Austin's got all the T-posts in, and we did have a little mishap with the T-posts when he went with the post pounder and hit one of the T-posts. It sank in further than he realized, and so when he went back down to do it again, it came back and hit him in the head and busted his head open. So healed from that, and now we're ready to finish running this fencing. But I think we'll be wearing hard hats with post pounding in the future.
I'm very excited.
Now we're going to be rolling out the fence. It's so heavy, it's way too hard to manipulate as one big roll. So we're just gonna lay it down and roll it out and then be able to stand it up in sections. He's using a carabiner hook clipped to the fencing to keep it together when he's moving it to a different section, which is so smart because then it's not trying to unroll and it's really easy to hook. So if you see that, that's what it is.
Yep. I tried using wire cutters, so these are better wire cutters. Go to Harbor Freight or Lowe's or wherever and get you a pair of cheap bolt cutters, and it's effortless. So I'm giving myself about an inch overlap so I can bend that back over so these loops don't work themselves out. And this is not a science, so it doesn't have to be an inch, doesn't 2 inches an inch, just something to wrap back around. All right. So they sell really fancy fasteners online, and some stores have them for putting fencing to wooden poles, or you can just take a 2.5 inch deck screw and a cheap washer and it works just the same. I will start one about halfway, about a foot off the ground. That's it. And then our fence is only 4 feet, so don't go too high. When we pick the fence up, this is going to be 2 pull points that I can then pull down on the fence against. And once I've got mine secure, Ashley can then set this in place with the drill. This side's not going to move. What we're going to do is go back down the line and kind of retap some T-posts.
Okay.
Just to make sure they're all synced.
These are one-hit T-posts. If he was hitting them more than once, I'd be like, get a hard hat.
And the only reason we're doing this is because we've had so much rain that everything is so soft right now. I want to make sure these are in hardest ground I can get them in before we pull this fence.
We have had a ton of rain. We went from almost no rain this summer to like every week we're having multiple days of rain. Yeah.
Got a couple fence staples, so I'm just gonna tack it and hold it in place.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this bottom one out because we actually want it to touch into the top corners. We want those screws coming up in these top brackets right here to pull against it. All right, so go and back him out and just place him. And I'm pushing it down into the ground because I don't want any gap. You see that washer flared out? That thing's pinched in two spots. Yeah, she's not coming out.
No.
And I'll come back through and I'll staple every 2 to 4 spaces. But these are just mainly so I can pull against this fence to pull it tight on the other side.
I was gonna say, that's how you knew your pole was solid, when the drill could sit on top of it while you hammered it.
Right. Lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. Every time it gets a little bit easier to roll.
Yeah, for real. My way.
Alright, and then I need to come down my way a little bit, so I'll try to. I think I got it. Oh. There you go. Okay. Hey, I was just on my lunch break, so I'm out of time, and I gotta go. He's gonna keep working.
Before I tighten the fence up, I forgot that I need to put in another pole here between these two so that we can actually have a gate. And it looks like it's actually right here where the T-post was before I moved it a minute ago. So we're gonna drill a hole right there. So we were debating on doing metal on the entrance side, the farm entrance side of the goat barn, but I have all this awesome scrap pieces of wood from the sawmill where I make my first cuts to make it square, and I think we're gonna see if I have enough to maybe make this look kind of like a log cabin look. Not sure how it's going to work out yet, but I think I'm just going to screw them down, and all the excess I'll cut off. So this thinner piece actually ended up working in my advantage because I actually flared it out over that bottom treated 2x8 so that rain will wash right off of it. And I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to start stacking up and up and up. Alright, now for some custom woodworking with the Husqvarna 455 Rancher, a Craftsman precision tool. But these are just the end pieces of a full-length piece of sheet metal that we had. I'm gonna have some ear protection on because big pieces of metal and a reciprocating saw make a lot of noise, and I just want to keep my ears safe. I've already made snips in the corners so I can get a good start right here without it jumping around on me. I just use some metal snips to get that going. Another good reason to have a hard hat on. Quick and easy. Okay, I think the GoPro cut off on me on there, so sorry you didn't get to see that go up, but I got 6 or 8 screws into this piece, a couple along the bottom and 2 in the cross strut here. It's solid. She's not going anywhere. Let's get this top layer on and be done. That's not where I want it, but that's where it's going right now. I was actually pretty close to where I needed it though. There we go. Winter storm is almost here. It's going to be in the teens tomorrow with a chill factor around 0. This seems like a great time. Just go ahead and thank our sponsors, Hi-C. If you guys want to see what Hi-C has to offer, just go to hisea.com. That's HISEA.com. And if you enter code CRF, you get 15% off your order from Hi-C boots. These are just my mud and muck boots that I have from them. But we'd like to thank them for their sponsorship today. I think that's a good spot for a goat. Let's go get Chip. Come on. Good boy.
All right, we ready, Chip?
Let's go. Go on.
Look how thick you are. Come on, big boy. Come on. Look up here. Look. Look up here. Yeah. Get back in here, Chip.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. That'll get you through the night, buddy. I'll be out in the morning to check on you.